Hello friends, we are back with the new one video that is nothing but the case studies which are available in your syllabus, which we have to cover in this video. First of all, we'll see the domain name service. What is domain name service? What are the name services? Global name service and the X.500 directory service. So in this video we are going to cover only naming services. Afterwards, in further videos, we are going to cover the next two case studies. So what is the naming services? As you know, I think all of you having idea, some of the idea. If not, then watch this video carefully so you will get the concept of naming service. Naming is a fundamental issue in distributed systems. Variety of resources, computers, services, remote objects and files are referred by the names because each and every resources are having name. In distributed system, naming system is distributed across various machines because it is a distributed system, right? So naming entities, what is the naming entities? Some terminologies related to naming are obviously the first entity is name. In distributed system, the name is a string of bits or characters. Name is used to refer an entity, right? Name is used to refer an entity. That is nothing but the first one. Then what do you mean by entity? Then entities in distributed system can be web pages, users, web processes, messages, network connections, etc. Okay, so what are the access points then? The entities in distributed system can be operated on, these can be access points. To operate on entities, and an access point is required to access them. Okay, then what is the address? Then address is the name of the access point, right? Each and every access point is there, then obviously there should be address. So address is the name of the access point, from where we have to access. What is the address for that access point? That is nothing but the address. Then location independent name, we'll see one by one concept. The name for entity which is independent from the address is called location independent name. Such names are easier and flexible to use. Okay, so that's why location independent name should be there. Then some features for good naming system. We'll see some features for good naming. That is, first one is the location transparency. There should be no relevance of the name of object to its actual physical location. Okay, there should be no relevance of the name of the object to its actual physical location because we are working in distributed system. So it is not necessary, or it is no no relevance should be there and to its physical location. Then scalability, next one, that is a change in the size of distributed system loads to change in size of naming space used in distributed system. Change in size of distributed system loads to change in size of naming space used in distributed system. Obviously it should be scalable. Scalability is the main design issue in distributed system. Yes, and the distributed system always change in their number of nodes, server or client or resources, right? Because it is a distributed systems resources are located at scattered way or distributed manner, so it is always changes. So this flexibility must also be adopted with the naming system. So that is nothing but your scaling. Next one is the location independency. So the object migrate in distributed system for, there are again some points: performance, reliability, availability and security. Main part is the security. During migration means what? From one place to another place, moving from one place to another place. During migration, the objects dynamically move along various nodes in the system. When the location of the object changes, its name should not change. When the location of object changes, its name should not change. This property is called as location independency. this property is called as location independency. Group naming. Next one is group naming. Many different objects can be identified by the same name in a good naming system. This facility is used to group the objects for a particular application. This facility is used to group the object for a particular application. Many different objects can be identified by the same name in a good naming system. This facility is used to group the object for particular application, right? So that's why its name is group naming. Then next one is a uniform naming convention. A uniform naming convention must be used for all type of objects in a good naming system. Okay, it is very easy. Uniform naming convention. So multiple user defined name for the same object. Multiple user defined name for same object. A good naming system must allow multiple user defined names for the same objects. Okay, then meaningful names. Meaningful names related to functionality of the objects must be assigned to the object. Meaningful names. Why? Because meaningful names are easy to remember and also to use. That's why meaningful names should be there. Performance. The amount of time required to map an object's name to its attributes like location indicates the performance. What? The amount of time required to map the object name to its attributes like location indicates the performance. Okay, so the number of messages exchanged in the mapping operations, the number of messages exchanged in the name mapping operation are more as compared to the performance. So these are the some of the features related to good naming system. What are the features? What features we have seen? Features of good naming system. So these are the important points that you have to learn or remember while working with the naming services and name services. This is the basic concept we have seen in this video related to domain name service. In next one video, we directly move toward the concept that is DNS, that is domain name service, and global name service. Okay, till then, bye and thank you.